Your one looks more than mine. Can I have some of this? You know, like
Joey the chef! Welcome to another episode of Abang Goreng.
Okay, so today's episode is going to be something very, very unique. Okay, it's not about our standard and usual food rating or food guide.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's an episode about restaurant recommendation for the first date. Yes.
First dates is all about first impression. It's about what you dress, where you go, but most importantly, it has to be meaningful. You know, time well spent together.
Exactly. So the food today we were talking about is mainly Italian food because Italian is a language of love. Sayang.
All of us are currently students, we're not really working full-time during this current climate and the situation right now. So we have sourced out 3 halal Italian restaurants and it's quite affordable, and the price point is from $30 to $60 per pax. Today our 3 restaurants that we would be taking the Italian food from, the 3 halal restaurants are Positano, which is at Basra Street, Skusito, which is at Bali Lane, and last but not least, Tipo, which is at North Bridge Road, very near Masjid Sultan, the area.
So some of the things that you should take note of, what to do on your first date. Number 1, make a reservation.
Also, at the same time, when you're making a reservation, right, call ahead and ask them like if they have flowers, because you know you can take the flower and then you can pass to her.
That's smart. That's
Money
smart.
saving,
Yeah,
money
money
saving.
first.
And especially when you're going to an Italian restaurant, read up the menu beforehand so you know how to pronounce the words properly.
It's always good to check the menu beforehand because the last thing you want to do is this to happen.
If you're watching your budget, one very common trap not to fall into is the water question.
Yeah, and the waiter will ask you if you want still water.
Or sparkling water.
The cheat code to this is just ask for regular water.
In an Italian restaurant, right, you will start with the appetizer, which is also known as antipasto or antipasti. Then moving on, you're going to have a main course, which is also known as primo.
We'll be starting with the antipasto, which is the spicy chili crab cake, which is from Positano. And from the same restaurant, we have calzone and margarita.
Next, we have the antipasti from Squisito, the truffle gnocchi, and the seafood black ink pasta.
For our last restaurant, we have Tipo. So we have the Ragu pasta as well as the carbonara pasta. Before we begin eating, right, take your napkin.
Oh, like that one.
So this is spicy crab cake with apricot.
Yeah, quite nice. Not that spicy, eh?
A bit of the chili crab sauce, that kind of vibe. Actually, it's not bad, eh?
Yeah.
Not bad, nice.
I think it's also very good that it's opening, you know, like you can share and talk about the food.
Okay, moving on to the next dish, we have the truffle gnocchi. Let's give it a go.
Gnocchi, not
Gnocchi.
gnocchi. So it's very important when you're going to like pronunciation. Don't say like gnocchi.
It's like carbonara flour.
No, it's just like cream sauce.
Yeah.
Carbonara has no cream in it.
I think my question would be, right, for appetizer, right, how many would you go for? Like you want to go for 1, you go for 2? Like
Budget, bro.
budget.
Check the budget.
So if you have, for example, $50.
Depends, let her order first.
Yeah.
Then you see lah.
Yeah.
Important, let her order first. If you
Yeah.
order like mahal, the box, you're like the
I'll just
sayur
get
mix.
Let's get the plain water. I think this is the gnocchi is very heavy. I eat a bit, so like full. I want to eat.
That's why you can share. You share the appetizer.
It's not being cheapskate. It's about having an interaction.
Yes,
with your date.
that connection.
Your one looks more than mine. Can I have some of this? You know, like
Joey the chef.
Alright, Joey Dudin, shall we move on to the main course?
Main course.
primo.
The primo.
I'm gonna ask you a very important question. Will you guys order pizza, right, for your first date?
I would. I think it's a good sharing dish. You can have a conversation with her. You know, talk about the dish.
Taking the pizza like that, then you like accidentally touch each other.
More
More
slide this one.
slide.
But how will you eat it? Will you eat it like fork, knife, or
Hand.
Old school, bro. But actually, the most important thing is see how she eats first.
Oh yeah.
If she eat like that, then
No, but usually she will wait for you to serve her. What?
No lah. When you serving, right, you say, "Hey, got something behind you." And she turn and you just.
So So in front of us we have the margarita
Margarita.
and the calzone. So let's start with the margarita.
You know the fun fact about this margarita pizza, it is the Italian national dish
Why?
because it looks like the Italian flag.
Oh, green as in the basil leaves.
Yes.
White for the mozzarella, red
Yes.
is the tomato base.
So that's something you can share with your other half lah. I ordered this right, so I can teach you.
I think carrying forward with that point, I think it's very important to learn a few things to share. You know, come prepared. Later you have nothing to say, you look at her, she look at you, and like then it becomes very dry. Then it becomes a bad date.
Feeling it?
Ooh,
Oh, the crust.
the crunch. What's this other pizza? It looks unique.
Okay, this is a very different approach to calzone. Usually it serves like a
Yeah,
yeah, it's like one puff. So as you can see on the screen, it's one puff. But I think the reason why they open it up so you can easily share the dish and just full ourselves.
So it's just for your dad lah.
Yeah, I guess. my first time eating, bro. It's very messy, yeah.
It's not a good first date dish.
As much as it is messy, right? Like it
The
shows
food
how,
appeal.
like how you display the way you eat,
Most importantly, don't talk with the mouth with food.
or don't chew with your mouth open.
Females notice this.
Mm.
For us guys, we don't give
Yeah.
Yeah.
two about this because we just want to makan. I mean,
I give.
I see food, I
I
eat.
see food, I eat. When they say he's a nice guy, but
But what?
he likes to chew with his mouth open.
That means it's a friend zone, bro.
Friend zone or friend zone?
This dish,
Mm.
I would say, right,
Mm.
to never order on your first date, second date, third date, fourth date, how many dates lah, till she finally agrees to be a girlfriend. It's black, it's messy.
You will stain.
That's why you should never go for this dish.
No
I mean,
matter how good it is. We just sample some food from Positano and Squisito. So what we generally feel, boys.
Okay, so it's actually big enough for you to share. But I really wouldn't get pizza on my first date. So they have like a bit of those crumbs, right?
Yeah.
It's not exactly the best first impression that you give.
for pizza, calzone, both nice. But then again messy lah. If you know how to eat properly in front of a girl, then yeah, go ahead lah. It's a dish that you can share with her. So
Last but not least, we shall move on to Tipo. So for Tipo, they have a very interesting concept. They make their own pasta. They will change it in-house. They will change it every few days. And you go there and you build your own pasta. So you select your type of pasta, you select your type of base, your carbonara, your ragu, and your type of protein that you want to add.
But I heard you mention something like this place doesn't have a menu. Like the menu is
It
not.
changes.
Oh, the menu
Oh.
changes. Ah, okay.
Stansel.
Stansel. You know why you start or not? Kena tipu bro.
Please don't make this type of jokes. If you go to Tipo to your first dates, later she tipu you also.
you think she girl, but she actually
Tipu!
Abang.
I actually sayang you. Okay, so right in front of us we have the ragu base and the carbonara, the duck. You know what it tastes like? Refer to our nasi lemak episode. The from ginger.
Oh,
The ginger halal ginger. The
Wagyu
the wagyu beef. That is
beef.
exactly like that.
Talking about deal breakers, right? I mean, apart from hygiene, the other thing that I would want to not see my first date or deal breaker would be when she is extremely rude to the waiter, you know, like or the waitress.
Oh.
I have an interesting story.
Open to the floor.
So I went on a date. Like of course I was nervous because it was a friend, someone I met online, and she was very nervous. Alright, when I talked to her, she don't look at me, the kind of stuff. She just look away. But so I thought, okay, that's it lah. But later on, I just asked for a follow up, and I got it. Then I asked her lah, why were you like that on the first date? She said, oh, I'm just very nervous and very shy. A tip for guys, you know, don't be disheartened when this happened on your first date. It could be that she's very shy also.
For me, the worst experience was, she quite rabak. As an Indian guy, like, you know, generally like our body odor a little bit strong, you know. So I take it, take it a point to like really deodorant and like perfume and all. Like first dates, bro, must make an impression. Then like this girl I went out with, take her bio like quite rabak, bro.
Oh, the girl's view.
I found out was like quite bad because it was raining. Then I lent her my jacket because we went to watch a movie. Then after she returned the jacket, I wanted to wear. I almost wanted to throw my $70 Nike jacket away, bro. I feel bad. I'm very
Oh
sorry.
my god, you better apologize.
You crying in front of camera now?
I'm very sorry. Everyone thinks that the date is gonna end after you eat your primo.
There's two situations. You can end the meal there, then you go somewhere else, buy some ice cream, sit by the park or by the river. You know, very nice setting. But if let's say time doesn't permit that, or maybe the weather doesn't permit, and like you want to have dessert, there's some Italian dolce. Over here we have the tiramisu. On the right we have the
Panna cotta.
It's a very Italian dessert. So dolce. Interesting thing about desserts, you can share.
yeah. This is like coffee.
Yeah, it is coffee.
Tiramisu has coffee in it.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Very right.
This is so nice. It's like a milk custard. Then the jam just gives an added sweetness. Balance, not too sweet.
Not bad, like very Indian dish like that. Like all the the Indians like to eat custard, right? Like, you know, the suji and all.
Oh yeah.
After they makan, like something like that.
Would you offer to pay your first date?
Yeah,
Okay,
definitely.
right?
Yeah. Guys, we would pay.
It's like a unspoken rule lah. Like you straight away go toilet, you pay.
But like I think some of them are very genuine. Like let's say you're going to another place for desserts, they will actually say you got the bill for the dinner. I will get it for the dessert.
Yeah, I think that's a very nice system.
Alright, so guys, we have sampled food from all 3 different restaurants, halal Italian restaurants that we just ate, which is from Positano, Scusito, and Tipo. So generally, from which restaurant did you guys actually prefer the food from?
For my first date, I'll bring to the Tipo. I think the food is generally very nice. I think it's the best among all 3 restaurants, and it doesn't break the bank.
Not bad, Tipo. Afiq?
Processing.
Okay, I will bring her also to Tipo for the fact that that you can actually make your own pasta. So from there, then I will get to know her better through the choices that she made, and I also can learn more about the lady lah.
This might sound like it's sponsored, but we're not. For me, I would go to Tipo. I really feel like it's a pretty nice ambience. Like it's cafe vibes, and I really like the carbonara. So bias lah.
For me, it would be the Positano because I like the variety of the food that they offer.
Then she don't like Italian food how?
Oh, kampung opposite.
Kampung Glam Cafe opposite. Maggie goreng teh tarik sauce. The bank won't break at all. Alright guys, so I hope you guys enjoyed our episode on what to do's and don'ts on the first dates.
And if you haven't followed us on our socials, click below. And if you haven't watched our previous video, click on that side.
Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.
Yeah.
Okay, that is very important.
Yeah.
Because that's where you get all of the informative food guides and food reviews that we have.
So hope you enjoy this episode. Catch you on the flip side. Bella ciao.
Ciao.